Hi there, welcome to Algorand Wyckoff technical analysis session, and previously we shared that it seems the Algorand has entered the end of like an accumulation cycle, but then I also add in these question marks over here, meaning is that actually a new distribution that has already happened, but then this week it seems like it has found support around the green key level and a platform stage kind of formed. So let's quickly take a look and see what's going on. So Wyckoff stages, you kind of already know, it looks like it's at a late stage of accumulation, and if I turn on the Bollinger Band corner squeeze, the previous squeeze over here with this shade, the vertical shade over here, that was the squeeze period, and the price shot up and eventually comes down to where we are now. And the squeeze seems to be going to happen again. I would say for this scenario, I would consider the squeezing force is starting to gather already. So just like this part over here, when the squeeze happens, the force pushes the price all the way up, but sometimes is towards the other side. So if you're new to this Bollinger Band corner squeeze, don't think it only squeezes towards the upside. It can also squeeze towards the downside. And then, given these scenarios, there isn't much of a trend going on. You can say it's like it's within this downward channel box, or I would say in candlestick pattern analysis, bull flag. So supposedly when this downtrend finishes, it should go towards the upside. So that's the textbook definition. And then if I extend this further, assuming the price continue to trade along like above this green line, meaning the bulls successfully defended this level, this channel box is going to cut the green line somewhere in mid-October, and when that happens, probably around 1 month from now, a breakout has to happen, meaning it has to either break outside of this downward channel or the bull flag, like I already mentioned. The textbook definition says the price should go up after this, and then that's option one. The other option is it breaks towards the downside and the bulls basically fail to defend the green key level. However, combining Wyckoff and this bull flag and also Bollinger Band corner squeeze, it seems like the breakout towards the upside is still more likely when we get closer to mid-October. So that's the first macro view on weekly. The second view, micro, towards the daily. Again, a squeeze isn't happening right now, but it's going to get close if it really trade narrow range. But maybe it will take a few days, so not an immediate thing, but can be earlier than my next session covering Algorand. So pay attention to that one. And now, given the price has gone to another sign of weakness, just reclimbing from it, if I extend this line further over here, so if the price continues to trade, we already touched on like a mid-September time frame, but this one is even earlier, so it can be as early as October 1st. So it all depends on how we draw this line over here. If we draw to the candlestick top, like the head, not the wick, the tip of the wick, it would be like end of this month that the breakout should happen either towards the downside and then accumulate before it climbs again, or straight towards the upside, and this is why we added the second test or up thrust over there. The reason we put it all the way back here is because of this yellow upward resistance line, which was the support line for the prior period up to August 29th, where the price broke downwards. And that's why this line has become a resistance line, and if the price continues to go up, it would eventually get to the second test or upthrust. That's why we have that over here, assuming this trend line is going to be the resistance line. So to reach that point, it has to take that long, meaning getting into somewhere near mid-November. So this I just want to quickly check the weekly chart. If this is the 90%, I just want to express something like it can continue to come here following the downtrend before it eventually goes up. So rather than saying 90%, because some people would say, would interpret in a way, thinking next week it's going to like 90% going there. That's not the case. It's more like a, let's say, short medium term, meaning around a month or two's time, because this has to be evolved. So let me update this. Actually, I'll turn this to 30% while it's 90 to 70, because there's still a chance for it to continue to come down before it actually shoot up to the PSY. So just to make it clearer, not like basically setting expectations right. So we hope the Algorand go to the upside, especially if you're a bull. If you're a bear, yeah, I already mentioned, it can continue to follow this trend going downwards until the point it breaks out of this bull flag and go hit or challenge one of the key levels, much like what happened over here back in mid-July. So that's pretty much where the position of Algorand is. It seems like it's near the end of an accumulation, or like mid-late stage of an accumulation, and it's just a matter of time for the new distribution cycle to happen. And it looks like from volume perspective and the recent U-turn, it's giving some good indication.